Everybody, welcome to the JLash Show. My name is Jackson Lasher. Welcome back to another JLash Show episode. So for MLB, Kyle Schwarber is the best on the team with 12 home runs for the Phillies. So the Phillies just swept the Pirates, so we're going to do a little reevaluation. So the Phillies, I think their mindset was I think it was pretty good because, they had a mindset of get out and go, and that's exactly what they did. And they swept the Pirates. The Pirates are like 16 to 17 games below 500, so they weren't that good of a team. So the Eagles, or not Eagles, excuse me, Phillies were able to absolutely mow them over prematurely. So that's been pretty good. So and the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs pitcher Mick Abel had I think it's the second most franchise strikeouts in the team history with 9 strikeouts, and it's that's great for him because we have good pitchers on the team besides Jose Alvarado, who got suspended 80 games because of PEDs. So that's not fun, but this whole team has a good mindset, and I think they will make it really far in the future. I think also that the Phillies batting lineup is going to make it pretty far too, because as long as they have the hitting power and as long as their bats are powerful, I think that it can do pretty good. So, digging a little deeper, I think that the batters, yes, can do awesome, and I think that they will continue to do very good for the Phillies. So I think that should be the mindset for every team. So the mindset of every team is to definitely win, but some teams are better than others, especially with the Phillies, with the Pirates, because the Pirates are. They're just so bad pitching and batting that it's really unbelievable. So I I don't know what to say about that. So we're gonna bring on my guest, Chris Gallo. What's up, Chris?
Hello. I think
Did you go to one of these Phillies Pirates
I
games
did. I went on Friday night.
Friday night?
The last
Sweet.
game Jose
What
Alvarado
did you
pitched.
see there?
Well, there was a rain delay, which wasn't fun, but I saw I saw the pitcher they brought from Lehigh Valley for the ninth inning. He didn't pitch well, so I think they sent him back down. He didn't pitch well at all, so they had to bring in Jose Alvarado. It was actually his last game before he got suspended. Um, I also saw some good things from Ranger Suarez. I think he can continue to improve from that injury, and he can obviously improve and then pitch longer because he only had like 90 pitches, and he can maybe give up no runs. That he gave up a home run, which wasn't good for him. But I think if he can just, it was one pitch away from a really good start, and I think he can improve on that.
Yeah, I think that their pitching depth, yeah, could allow a little bit less runs, but they have been doing. Mick Abel was able to shut down the Pirates. I think it was Game 3, and he didn't allow any runs, which was absolutely amazing.
I think they need to trade for another bullpen arm. They have a lot of good starters, but now with Jose Alvarado being out, they don't have a certified closer or someone to end the game, and their bullpen hasn't been great this year. So I think they go out, they get a bullpen arm, maybe two, and they try to help this bullpen because the home runs they're giving up and the games they're giving up is not good.
I feel like they could have a little bit of a better arm in the bullpen. I feel like the bullpen should be a little bit revamped, if you know what I mean, because we never really had a really good bullpen. With Jeff Hoffman and all those players, I think Jeff Hoffman was the best one we've had like in this like time day and age with the Phillies bullpen because he just struck down, was able to get through a like jam inning. So it sucks that we let him go, but
Yeah, it comes down to those players that you let go because now you're looking back and you could have re-signed Estevez, you could have re-signed Hoffman, you could have re-signed these bullpen arms that you now need because of the suspension. And now you're looking and you're trying to trade, and that just gives up more prospects and more players that you didn't want to give away. And if you want to go get those arms and you would commit, then you have to give up some of your future.
yeah, I think yeah. Sometimes I feel like that the Phillies also, I feel like that they need to re-sign like better players because I feel like they just let better players walk. Like Cody Clemens is one of them. They traded him to the Twins, I believe, and I think he's doing pretty good there.
You look at all these players and how they're playing better on other teams, like Cody Clemens on the Twins, then you got Estevez on the Royals, I believe, and then you got Hoffman on the Blue Jays. You see all these players that you let go, and now they're pitching well on other teams, and you realize you could have had those arms on your team still if you were willing to give them money. And it comes down to your contracts and how much money you have and how much money you're willing to spend on these players. And now you're looking, you need some of those players back.
Yeah, I feel like that they should re-sign the players on like maybe I agree with the money aspect with it. If they're gonna like pay them way too much, then I do think that they should let them walk. But if they have like potential, then I would put like and they were like young, I'd definitely put some more money into that player because then they could play a little bit better instead of letting them walk. You should let them like have a chance on the team.
When you're looking at your hitting lineup, you're seeing Bryce Harper and Trey Turner with $300 million contracts, and then you realize you need to spend more money on pitching because all your money's going into the offense.
Yeah, I think the offense is doing pretty. I think they're doing pretty good so far. Yes, Harper, I feel like was doing a little bad. I think he had like a 230 something average when he was like really bad. But like Turner has been doing pretty good, and Harper has been doing better. And I think he's in like the mid to upper 200s at this point. So I think that he will be. I think he is warming up for the season as of right now.
This team was struggling with the bullpen arms that they had, and they were losing games because of the bullpen arms that they had. And like their hitting has had their ups and downs as well, which they had that losing streak in April or May, and you've seen how this team is so up and down, and you see how this team could get worse without the bullpen, and you see this team could like get worse and worse, and let's hope that doesn't happen. But obviously, you need to go out right now and you need to go get someone because this team's just gonna start falling.
Yeah, this team is up and down. So I think I mean with like the Pirates, yes, they absolutely like I mean they like had a triumphant victories with the Pirates pretty easily because they were pretty bad. But I feel like when they play like a team above 500 that they will start to kind of fall apart with yes, like their pitching and their batting because the other team has like better arms and all that stuff. I feel like that they do need to work a little bit around that.
And if you want to win this division, with the Mets obviously being very good, you need to win the games you should win. You should beat the Rockies. You should beat the Pirates. You should beat the Nationals. You should beat these bad teams because the Mets are going to beat these bad teams, and you have to stay on par with them because you can't let them get a lead or else they'll just take off and they'll start going. So you need to win this four-game series against the Rockies. You need to beat two or three on the Braves. You need to win these series because the Mets are not going to slow down.
Yeah, I am a little worried about the Mets because they look to be a good team with Juan Soto this year and Francisco Lindor and all those players. So I'm a little worried about them, but I believe that we can beat them.
And the Braves are on a uprise too because they just got their first. They have a winning record now. You need to like keep going because you got the Braves right behind you, you got the Mets right in front of you. You gotta just keep pushing. You gotta keep winning games. If you start dropping games, you're gonna drop in this division like crazy. And if you even want a wild card spot, you gotta commit. You gotta go. You gotta go get a bullpen arm. You gotta go commit to this season because the team's getting older. You're running out of time to win a championship. The window's closing. You gotta go now.
Yeah, that's why we need to be at our A game right now because I agree that the Braves are above 500 for like the first time this season, and it is actually very worrying with Matt Olson and Marcelo Zuna. I think Ronald Acuna is injured again this season, so I think he's gonna come back in like June, but we definitely need to be prepared when he comes back.
You obviously have concerns about like these early season games that you need to win determine the end of the season. If they're one game back from the Mets at the end of the season, you're going to look back and you're going to see if they didn't beat a team they should have beaten, and you got to win these games you should win now because they're going to matter at the end of the season. And you're going to realize how much you lost because you didn't win the games you should have won.
Yeah, but I think this team definitely has the potential to play good. And I think they will play good against these better teams in our division, including the Mets and the Braves. So I think that the Phillies will definitely shut them down when we play them.
And you've seen they've beaten the Dodgers, they've beaten the Cubs, but they if they keep doing that, that's going to be great but they have to catch the Mets because the Mets are gonna beat these good teams too. And the only way you can beat the Mets is if you beat them and you beat the teams that they didn't beat. That's the only way you can pass them. So they can't slow down. If they slow down, then they're gonna lose the lead. They're gonna lose. There's gonna be a gap in between first and second in this division.
Yeah, I agree with that. So we really can create a gap here between all these good teams. All right. All right, Chris. Well, it was good having you today. Thank you for
Thank you,
joining. Of
Jackson. Thank you.
course, have yourself a good day.
You as well.
All right. So the NBA, the Knicks have an excellent mindset because, I mean, this team has made it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 1 year. Their team, Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns and all of them are doing, I think they're doing great. And I think that they should keep it up, even though they're a division rival. I'm really happy that they beat the Celtics because it's about time someone humbled them. So, and yeah, I mean, Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson have mainly dominated the team, but they should also be worried about Tyrese Halliburton because they're playing the Pacers. So I think that they should be a little worried about him, and I think that they should defend him a little bit more. So as we know, yeah, the Knicks won, and New Yorkers have gone crazy because their team won. So, uh, awesome for the NBA. So we'll see what happens next. I'll keep you guys updated. So NHL, uh, the part about hockey is you just have to have like a really good defensive and offensive team that is willing to play good, and you have to really be good on skates. So that's really all that matters. And as long as you get within the 7 seed or below, you're in the playoffs and you should be pretty good. So you also got to be good at like handling the puck and all that stuff, which is what some of these teams are really good at doing. And of course, track. I was gonna have my track guests on, Scott and Nick. Where are you at? We need to have you guys on. But for the basics of track, I'll discuss without them. So I hope that they're watching. Shout out to them. Uh, so the basics of track is how good you are and like what your stamina is. If you have a better stamina, I definitely recommend running long distance because you have the body, and if you're like skinny, then yes, definitely run long distance. But you need to like drink plenty of water and electrolytes to do that to keep your body up and running. So uh NFL, there's not really much going on there. So, and for the Hatter Sports Report, the baseball teams are in the playoffs at this point, so good luck to them. And yeah, that's pretty much for this episode today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to this YouTube and follow our social media accounts. Thank you guys for watching again, and see you next episode, JLash Nation.